for Detroit. Andrew Kopp to the middle of the ice. DeBrincat scored twice last night. Shot from distance by Hamonic, save made by Skinner. The rebound popped out into the slot, and Johansson will work it down low for Detroit. Red Wings only change from last night. The veteran James Van Riemsdyk not in the lineup. Patrick Kane tried to catch Skinner napping and banged it off the side of the post short side. Kane had 2 beauty assists, and now here's DeBrincat to Kopp. A shot hacked at by Sherratt. Kane waiting, no shot against the stickless Janmark. He's had a sluggish start to the season offensively. Now takes it in from Edmondson on his backhand. Peels away from Kulak. A drive from the point. A kick save made. Here's Kopp waving at it against Zach Hyman. Edmondson will drop it for Sider. Whips it ahead for Alex DeBrincat. 12 goals in his last 15. Wrist shot off the rush. A blocker save made by Skinner. Factored in both Edmonton goals in defeat. He has not been on the score sheet in any other game this year. Emberson to McDavid, a shot off. Casper launches one indeed. Here's Bouchard up the right-hand side. Stopped by Casper. A battle and a quick give. Return to the point. Edmondson a drive. And that stayed out. Skinner playing for just the 5th time in Detroit's last 18 games. With Van Riemsdyk a late scratch. Turned it over. Emberson a shot. Save Talbot. Rebound available. DeBrincat tried to steer one ahead for Andrew Kopp. One of a handful of University of Michigan standouts on this team. DeBrincat a shot. Just missed. That's about the spot where he scored against Calgary. Looked like he was going after one of Kia's rebounds there. Nurse up the right-hand side. Mangiapane kept it alive for Lazar. He's in. Lazar backdoor. What a save, Talbot. He robbed David Tomashik. Fourth line generating a terrific chance. Best of the game. Tomashik denied. One almost picked up another goal for Edmonton.
That was right on the doorstep. Wow.
Here's Tomashik shooting off the rush. Juggled. It's still loose. Top of the blue paint, and Talbot reaches out. Longtime Winnipeg Jet challenging Draisaitl. Over to Savoy. Tried to curl it in off a skate. Kept alive. Nurse's shot to save. Juicy rebound and another stop on Savoy by Cam Talbot. McDavid to Draisaitl. McDavid to Evan Bouchard. McDavid. Draisaitl. Waiting. Wide open. McDavid. No shot. Tipped in. Zach Hyman. McDavid waited Talbot out. And when the opening presented itself, flicked it over to Zach Hyman, who makes no mistake. 1-0 Edmonton power play goal.
This puck comes to him in the chaos, but the great players, they have the ability just to slow things down when they need to. Watch this. Could have shot it. Nope. Drags out Talbot. Then baits him to come out of the blue paint. Nice pass by Draisaitl. Doesn't get cleanly through, but once it gets to McDavid, he waits for Hyman to get into position, literally banks it off the blade. Get down strong on that stick for Hyman and redirects it home for a 1.
After an Edmonton dump in, big hit on Henrique by Johansson. Worked up to Casper, but he has trouble getting it out. Henrique, sharp angle shot, save made by Talbot. Rebound, Brett Kulak. Unable to clear, Larkin holds the zone. Return to Sider. Over to Kane. Shot. That was kicked out by Skinner. Snagged by Raymond. Second unit on for Detroit. Sandin Pellikka does well to hold the zone. Saucer across to Finney. Here's a shot down low and a save made by Skinner, and then a rebound recovered. Have not really let a first period get to them. They're a respectable 4-6-1 when they're down after 20. Shot off the rush taken by Savoy, and a save made by 38-year-old Cam Talbot. Lead pass grabbed and a quick snapshot on net. And finally smacked out of there by DeBrincat.
What a shift. All set up by the transition to McDavid.
Nugent Hopkins gives it back to McDavid. One-timer, Ekholm score! 2-0 Edmonton. Mattias Ekholm, his third of the year.
was in support of Regula, who couldn't get a little pass through, and that sent McDavid in. You saw him drive that one right to the net. Hyman had a rebound chance, and they went to work for about 40-45 seconds. And then again, on this shift, would not allow a clean change. And the blast by Ekholm once the entry into the zone. Zach Hyman getting to the front of the net. This probably, it looks like, goes off to him the way he reacted.
Sent in deep from center. Now Henry tried to punch one in front.
Jeff Brubaker was my coach there.
Oh, what a character.
Just a classic.
Here's Nate Danielson again with a centering pass. Chipped home, and Detroit gets on the board. The fourth line with Edmondson, the trailer. We weren't even sure he'd play. Got banged up last night, but he bangs in his fourth of the year, and the Red Wings have life. It's 2-1.
Right in the slot when this one comes out. So good exit out of the zone. And he's the one that kind of starts it with that one-hand little pop, that sort of blow. And then the other big man behind him takes this nice little pass in the slot, and he just chunks it towards the net. He's getting pressured by Frederick from behind. But Edmondson gets a good piece of this puck right there. Kind of almost a deflection shot. It
was on edge.
Raymond. Good hits by Bud Colson.
And Sherrod, again active tonight. Here's a lead pass to Raymond, who's drawn a call against Ekholm, even as his initial shot was stopped by Stuart Skinner.
There it is right there, reaching in, body to stick.
Waiting, dishing, shot. Sandin Pellica was blocked. Rebound, Finney. Comes off the half wall. Ryerson and a save made by Skinner. Rebound available. The Red Wings somehow can't put it upstairs. 2-1 Oilers. The difference right now, Ekholm's drive. Oh, here's a trip. Draisaitl got tripped by the official. Red shot save made by Skinner on Casper. He's having a great season. Broke his collarbone in Chicago.
Just a fluky fall.
Here's McDavid. Beautiful move around. Cobb to the net with a hard backhander and a good save made by Cam Talbot. Connor McDavid. It's always interesting. That backhand whistler blockered away by Talbot. Hands to Regula. Wisely on to McDavid, who shoots and a save made by Talbot. Rebound available. Hyman could not bank it home. Nurse thought about taking a one-timer. Instead, a wrist shot in front. Hyman scores. Set up by McDavid, his third assist of the night. Hyman's second goal. The Oilers extend to a 3-1 lead.
You stayed with it, you battled. This is excellent work by this line, and especially Connor McDavid here, as he comes up with this loose puck. First chance there for Hyman, second chance he throws it back. It's Nurse that's eventually going to throw this from a sharp angle. Once it goes to the corner, I mean, that is just a dandy. Glove down to the ice, between the legs, backhand pass onto the tape in the back of the net. But I understand why.
And as we've seen tonight, occasionally an obstacle. Here's Draisaitl heading for the net, short side, and a save made by Talbot. I'm, of course, referring to the accidental trip on Draisaitl. Talbot is going, and the Red Wings able to wrestle possession away. Patrick Kane. McDavid and Nugent-Hopkins defending. A centering pass tipped on net. A save made by Skinner. Rebound Raymond. And did they lose sight of the puck? Raymond a little give and go with the Brinket, and then he flubbed it. Chance for Savoy. Draisaitl, the empty net. Moves it, but Colson shoots, and somehow that hit the crossbar and stayed out.
Looked like a clear shot for the hat trick. It would have been a 4-point night for McDavid there, and then Pod Colson, I think.
Talbot heads back to the bench, net empty. Nurse recognizes, up the glass to Draisaitl, backhands it away to McDavid, and this game about to be over. Hyman waits, shoots, and scores. Hat trick, Zach Hyman. Victory, Edmonton Oilers. Creeping up on Nate McKinnon. I think he's 4 back now.
There you go. He's not the guy you want in the rearview mirror chasing you down, but that's the play I'm talking about right there by Draisaitl. Great job to just be strong on that puck on the wall. And then once McDavid has it, nice little fake here by Hyman. He never really looks to the net. But you kind of figured he was going to bury it into the open net for the hat trick, and he makes good on that one.
One final toss the other way by Kulak. And the Edmonton Oilers improved to 14-11-6. While Detroit falls from first to third in the Atlantic, the Oilers will retain a wild card spot in the West.